Existentialism has been a popular philosophical theme in art for the past 200 years. It explores the human condition and focuses on our individual experiences in life, the choices we make, and our freedom of will. Independent filmmaker Jim Jarmusch is a well-known advocate for existentialist views, a trope that many of his films examine through strong characterization and minimalist stories. This itself may be his way of parodying cinema in a nihilistic way, where usually films are about anticipation, but for Jarmusch they are about having no anticipation and focus more on moral dilemmas and personal choices than overcoming situations. As Jarmusch has put it in an interview, I am at the point of cynicism where I think that the small things which happen between people are very beautiful. This is very evocative of the short film in discussion, Somewhere in California, as this film takes a voyeuristic peek into the absurdist lives of two celebrity musicians, drinking coffee and smoking cigarettes in a small cafe in California. One of the ways Jarmusch conveys existentialism in this film is through the way he writes dialogue. Tom Waits seems to feel malice towards his friend Iggy Pop, who acts as a sucker to his insults, creating an interesting rift between two very contrasting characters. One good example of this rift in conversation is found in the opening scene as the two greet.
Call me Iggy. Call me Iggy. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Whichever way you're comfortable, I'll go either way, Jim or Iggy.
Iggy. You call me Iggy.
Look, I'm sorry I'm late, Jim. Boy, whew. 4-car pileup.
This line is used for comedic purpose. However, in some instances, contradicting dialogue is used to discuss the film's existentialist themes. Discussions of existentialism is a common trope throughout this film and many others by Jim Jarmusch. One particularly interesting conversation that contains elements of existentialism is that of Tom revealing that he delivered a baby this morning, saving lives on the highway.
Wait a minute.
With use of keywords such as baby, surgeon, and humanity, the filmmaker evokes the preciousness of life, ironically spoken about just before the actors start smoking their cigarettes. The topics of coffee and cigarettes for a film are interesting, especially since they are both considered unhealthy and usually spoken against. Surprisingly, Tom and Iggy make this an important issue in the film, discussing their experiences of quitting and how it has given them far more free time than before. However, by the end of this conversation, we suddenly find Tom grabbing a cigarette and offering one to Iggy. In response, Iggy triumphantly takes one, justifying himself with, "Now that I've quit, I can have one, because I've quit." Again, using contradicting language to create comedic appeal.
The beauty of quitting is that now that I've quit, I can have one, because I've quit. I mean, just like jewelry, it's not really, I don't even inhale. You want to join me?
Well, yeah, since I quit. Yeah,
now that you've quit, you can have one.
Sure, yeah. I can do that.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Oh. Hey, boy. Thank you.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Now that we've quit.
Throughout the relatively short history of film, many conventions have been established in order to guide filmmakers in creating the most fluid narrative possible, which audiences around the world have embraced. Sometimes, however, directors consciously try to break these conventions in order to create unique or experimental films. Somewhere in California, for example, seeks to break numerous conventions through the use of unusual codes and techniques. With the use of looping Hawaiian music, unorthodox gobo lights, and an assortment of unusual items placed around the set, an almost whimsical tone is established, making the film unmistakably comedic. The successes of Somewhere in California inspired Jarmusch into making many other shorts on the same topic. These were later compiled into the anthology film Coffee and Cigarettes, giving him further success in 2003. Knowing this, it should be considered that short films made sparsely can enable filmmakers to freely experiment with unusual techniques and not worry about criticism.
Don't smoke, don't smoke, don't smoke, don't smoke. It's a $9 billion capitalist communist joke. Don't smoke, 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 don't smoke.